the Chiefs would be going for their 4th Super Bowl in a row. And I'm just wondering if at some point that takes a toll on them. If at some point we see the carriage turn into a pumpkin. Not in a they're going to be bad and miss the playoffs type way, but just it's not the Arrowhead Invitational. It's not Patrick Mahomes wakes up and he's in the AFC Championship game and they automatically go to the Super Bowl.
Why does everybody want to be first to that?
This is a documentary that I can't wait to watch. This is an early Saturday morning by myself drinking coffee in the basement watching for me. I can't wait this weekend, ESPN Plus, to watch this. And you talk about the demise of the Chiefs. And the kingdom, just so people know, is about the dynasty of the Chiefs that we're living in. And Patrick Mahomes, who I'm doing my homework this morning, I can't believe he's 29. He's not even 30 yet. He's not even 30 yet. 29 years old, 8 years in the league, 7 as a starter. Now, year one, if you remember, he played 1 game. He won 3 Super Bowls over his next 7 years as a starting quarterback. Now, who does that sound similar to? Tom Brady in year 1 played 1 game. Exact same amount of games as Patrick Mahomes played. Over the next 7 years, how many Super Bowls did he win? 3. What did he do in year 8, year 7 as a starter? Lost the Super Bowl to the Giants. Not your team, the team before that with the Giants. What happened in year 9? Got hurt, played 1 game. Thank God that has never happened to Mahomes so far. No. And so when you're thinking about that Patriots run, and you're thinking about that was kind of the first era of the dynasty, and then they had a second dynasty that went along with it, another run of 3 Super Bowls.
So the separation being defined by the Bernard Pollard Tom Brady injury.
That's how I would look at it. Okay. Or the undefeated season gone awry in Game 19 against the Giants. However you want to look at that.
Okay.
And so they had 2 dynasties. So in this case, it would be Kingdom 1 and Kingdom 2, right? That was not their last dance. Not at all. But what about this team? Is this the beginning of Kingdom Part 2? Or is this the last dance for the Chiefs?
I want to say it's the beginning of Kingdom Part 2.
What's holding you back from saying that? You just put a preface on that.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen the rest of training camp and what the Kansas City Chiefs might potentially add. Because all of a sudden, if they make a move and they bring back a guy like Tyreek Hill, who was a part of Kingdom Part 1, then is it going to feel like Kingdom Part 2? Or is it just going to feel like Kingdom Part 1 2.0, same souped up offense, but with one of the best defenses in the league? I don't have the answer to that.
Well, here's why I am convinced this is not the last dance for the Chiefs and not even close.
Well, no, it's not the last dance.
Right. I know. Okay, but some people think it is. Some people think, hey, it's kind of done. This is it. It's over. Reed's get closer to retirement. Yeah, Mahomes is great. Everybody's picking against them now.
Because they got embarrassed in the Super Bowl?
I think it's nuts. As crazy as this may sound to some people, I think the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, the Super Bowl from a year ago, are both insanely underrated. The fact that we are not tired of people saying it's going to be the same thing in the Super Bowl this year is nuts to me. No one's saying that, and they should be.
Well, here's the issue that I have with people that are talking about that and basing the Chiefs' demise on what happened in the Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles were so much better than the Chiefs when it comes to their defensive front against the Chiefs' offensive line. The other Super Bowl that Patrick Mahomes lost, his offensive line was inferior to that defensive front because of injuries. Similar story with the Kansas City Chiefs in 2024. If you're going to have any takeaway from Super Bowl 59, it's that the offensive line is mission critical to your football team's success at the highest level of the sport. That's the only takeaway. It's not about the Chiefs' demise. Kansas City had a guard playing left tackle. That's how bad their offensive line was going into the postseason. It has nothing to do with the Kansas City Chiefs not having it anymore. They won 15 regular season games last year, and they set their starters in Week 18.
I agree with you. Let me ask you a question, though. Do you feel overwhelmed by conversations this offseason about the Chiefs and the Eagles?
No.
Neither do I. Why not?
I don't know.
We haven't done it?
No. But here's the thing. When people ask me questions about which one has a better chance of getting back, I always lead with the Kansas City Chiefs.
I understand that.
Always.
And that's not an insult because we've been front and center on the Jalen Hurts parade here of fandom. But I don't think that people are thinking about Kingdom Part 2. I think more people are thinking about Last Dance. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. When you look at the Chiefs, they're continuing.
The crew on Unsportsmanlike to be the first ones there.
Well, if I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be, there was a couple of people that were there that I'd never really met in person. So I'm like, that would be awkward if they were the first ones there, and I'm like, wait, who's this? I didn't even know.
I know you from where?
Elementary school. So I thought it was I'm with you, Smalls and Rob, who does social and digital for us every second of every day. It feels like.
Yes.
So yeah, you guys kind of hosting it with me was the right move.
Okay. No, I'm not saying that you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm saying there are some parties that I want to be first to, particularly the ones where I want to get out of there early. So if I don't want to stay for a long time.
You definitely didn't leave early in my house.
No. We stayed for 4 hours. What are you talking about? We didn't leave early. No. Plus, you had Mr. Softy ice cream truck. I wasn't leaving that. Who's leaving that?
You know what's funny?
What's up?
My wife said to me, wow, everybody was out of here earlier than I thought. And because we had said 6 to 10, and I think you even got there a little bit before 6.
Yeah, we got there 5:45.
And you left at
No, I didn't leave until 9:30.
Yeah, exactly. But technically, we put 10 as the end date. And then I was like, yeah, that's interesting. And then I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and I was still recapping the whole night. And I was telling him the Mr. Softy thing. And he goes, did everybody leave after that? I was like, yeah, how'd you know that? He goes, that's the ultimate end of the night. Everybody knows it's over when the ice cream truck comes. I said, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that indicates the end of the night. Hey, we're done.
That's the get the hell out of my house move.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I'm going to order a Mr. Softy every time my family comes over now. Wow, the ice cream truck's got here.
Outside.
Wow, look at this. How did that happen?
The thing. Now that you're outside, you're not coming back inside.
Exactly right.
There you go.
Exactly
but no,
right.
when you don't want to hang around a party for a long time, the pro tip is to go early so the host sees you, gets to spend some time with you.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, when they're thinking back on how the evening went, all right, such and such was there.
I had a good conversation with.
Good conversation with.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like they missed out on your presence.
Good point.
So that's why there are some parties that you want to be first to.
Interesting.
Predicting the Chiefs' demise is not one of them.
I agree.
Yeah.
For Rashee Rice's role in a multi-car crash back in March of 2024 now has a set date. According to Adam Schefter, the Kansas City Chief receiver will have his disciplinary hearing on September 30th in New York City, meaning Rice will likely be able to play the first 4 weeks of the regular season before any potential discipline is levied. Sue L. Robinson, a former U.S. district judge, will hear the case. The only other NFL disciplinary hearing she's presided over was Deshaun Watson's in 2022.